Budget laptops often aren't as interesting. Its simplicity and high variety of hardware combinations are nothing to scoff at, while the affordable price tag makes it one of the few budget laptops that can get powerful. The device is entirely made from plastic but feels good to the touch. Lenovo has done some strengthening to the chassis, as it shows some resistance, before eventually twisting when we apply more force. The surface is soft to the touch but shows a lot of fingerprints. The laptop is quite portable, despite the 15.6-inch screen, weighing 1.55 kilograms, and having a profile of 17.9 millimeters. The lid can't be opened with one hand, as the hinges take the base along for the ride. From here, we can see the base, with the power button, touchpad, and keyboard. The keys are comfortable for typing, with decent key travel and clicky feedback. One thing we have to mention is the deck flex in the middle, which can be felt when you type more harshly. The touchpad is great. It covers a decent area, has a smooth mylar surface, and shows next to no latency. The input-output is placed on the sides. On the left, we get a barrel-style power plug, one full-sized 5GB USB port, HDMI 1.4b, one 5GB USB Type-C, and a 3.5mm audio jack. On the right, there's a USB 2.0 port and an SD card reader. The display selection includes both TN and IPS displays, however, we can't recommend the former, as the poor viewing angles and low brightness don't equate to a good experience. We would go for an IPS option, which should honestly be in the base configuration, but we know that Lenovo has to cut corners here and there. The panel covers only 54% of the sRGB color gamut, which isn't enough, but our design and gaming profile improves the accuracy by a lot, lowering the delta E value from 7.2 to 2.3. You can check out the design and gaming profile, along with our other ones in the description below.
Only 2 per 100 people watching this video are subscribers. If you decide to just start following us, we'll be able to reinvest more in our laboratory, thus making even more helpful videos for you. Thank you, you're awesome.
The IdeaPad 1 uses a 42 Wh battery, which is fine when paired with the Pentium Silver N6000. It lasts for 9 hours and 23 minutes of web browsing, or 8 hours and 51 minutes of video playback. The Pentium CPU is doing great for basic laptop work, text editing, and browsing the web, with its quad-core setup. However, anything more demanding and you will run into issues. If you need more power, there's the Alder Lake U series as well as the Ryzen 5000 U series, which bring the kick but will drain more battery. The laptop uses a passive cooling solution, with one heat pipe that goes from the CPU to a large metal plate. The CPU is covered by a heat spreader. It's an appropriate solution for the Pentium CPU, as the chip doesn't really like to clock high and increase its wattage beyond 15 watts. As for comfort, the laptop is dead silent, as there are no moving parts. The base doesn't get warm either, maxing out at 37.6 degrees Celsius. The IdeaPad 1 comes with one SODIMM slot for DDR4 memory. Some units also come with additional 4 GB of soldered RAM of the same type. For storage, there's a single M.2 PCIe X4 slot for Generation 3 SSDs. To take apart the laptop, we'll refer you to our teardown video, which shows a step-by-step process. You can check it out in the description. The Lenovo IdeaPad 1 is a notebook for people who just need a device to get by and don't do demanding work. With the low-powered chips, you'll also enjoy good battery life, silence, and comfort, thanks to the passive cooling solution. For more info about the device, we have a longer and more detailed review.
We really took a liking to ASUS VivoBook brand. It's refreshing to see some colorful devices that will make the kids happy and get them into technology and computers. The brand is entirely focused on the younger audience and it does a great job at attracting them to this laptop. with bold designs and features that quickly grab the attention of consumers. Today we are talking about one of the newer VivoBook devices, the VivoBook 15M513. It is fairly affordable while offering a surprisingly good amount of performance, with both Tiger Lake and the new 5000U series processors from AMD being available. Today we are presenting you with Laptop Media's top 5 picks about the ASUS VivoBook 15M513. The laptop uses a similar design scheme to other budget and mid-range devices, with metal being used for the lid and plastic for everywhere else. While on paper, it would seem that the body would be prone to flexing, it wasn't anywhere as bad as you would expect. While there was some flexing, the whole structure remained fairly solid, except for a few pops. The design is one of the strong qualities of the laptop, being offered with a total of 6 colors, meaning that you are for sure going to find something that matches your style and personality. Weight and height-wise, the laptop stops the scales at 1.80 kilograms, 3.97 pounds, and is just 18.6 millimeters, 0.73 tall. Open up the lid, which can't be done with a single hand, and you are greeted by decently sized bezels, a backlit keyboard with an electric green-colored Enter key, and a fairly small touchpad. The keyboard has average key travel, but its feedback is quite clicky. The trackpad is great too, offering a smooth surface for gliding and accurate tracking. Please remember, it would be of great help to us if you just hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. That would motivate us to make even more and better videos for you. The laptop is surprisingly upgradable when you consider the audience that it is aimed at. Of course, you get half of the memory soldered onto the motherboard, but for the rest, you get one SODIMM RAM slot, which can fit up to 32 GB of DDR4 memory. As for the storage, there is one M.2 PCIe X4 drive and one 2.5-inch SATA drive, which takes us back a few years, but it is still nice to have. The VivoBook 15M513 features 2 options for a display, with the first one being a 15.6-inch Full HD TN panel, which we wouldn't recommend. The second panel has the same size and resolution but has an IPS matrix, which generally produces better colors. The panel has comfortable viewing angles and a maximum brightness of 336 nits, with a maximum deviation of 13%. The contrast ratio is also on the good side, sitting at 1360:1, and the panel remains flicker-free across every brightness level. The color coverage sits at 53% of the sRGB color gamut, which is on the low side, but this laptop isn't made for creative professionals, so it is not that big of a deal. The color accuracy was decent, especially when we applied our design and gaming profile, but still didn't match the standard. It got us an average to value of 3.5, which contrasted the 6.5 average to value that we got with the factory settings. Here are the results of our color accuracy test both with the factory settings, left, and with our design and gaming profile applied, right. While the laptop comes with a fairly small 42 watt-hours battery pack, it more than delivers, lasting through 13 hours and 45 minutes of web browsing and 7 hours and 30 minutes of video playback. The battery life seems to be a bit unbalanced. As with other notebooks with the same processor setup, we have seen closer times between web browsing and video playback tests. ASUS has found a way to make this laptop desirable, by sacrificing the features that their target audience won't care about. Now, the I/O, for many, is a pretty important aspect, especially if you are a professional. On the other hand, if you mainly use the device for online education and watching movies, it wouldn't be a massive problem that you have 2 of the old and forgotten USB Type-A 2.0 ports. Intentionally or not, they are sitting alone on the left side, while the rest of the I/O is on the right, and it consists of an HDMI connector, 2 more USB 3.2, Gen.1 ports, 1 Type-A and 1 Type-C, a 3.5mm audio jack and a micro SD card reader. That could be slightly uncomfortable if you're right-handed and using the laptop with a mouse.
Dell has had major success in the past by designing high-value, budget-friendly laptops. Dell recently launched the successor to the Dell Inspiron 15 3505 model, which is the Dell Inspiron 15 3511 model. This amazing budget laptop comes with a huge 15.6 inches screen in Windows 11 at a low price point of just $343. That makes it the best surprise budget laptop of 2022 for us. To describe the Dell Inspiron 15 3511 model in a single sentence, we can say that it is the best budget-friendly laptop from Dell with a big screen and powerful features. It can be considered as the best alternative to the Google Chromebook. While shopping in the budget-friendly $300 to $500 range, customers have to make many compromises on the features of the laptop. The Dell Inspiron 15 3511 model has reduced the difference between a high-end laptop worth $1,000 plus and an entry-level cheap laptop worth $350. Let's take a quick look at the main specifications. This laptop has 4 GB RAM and a 128 GB of solid-state hard drive in the base model. The laptop has an integrated Intel graphic card. While most cheap laptops run on the Celeron GPU, Dell has provided the important upgrade to the Intel Core i3 1115 G4 processor. This upgrade sets the laptop apart from the herd of unsatisfying low-end laptops. The base model starts at $323, but you can go for better specs for some extra dollars. The RAM can go up to 12 GB with 512 GB of internal storage. With the top-end version, you get the Iris Xe Graphics Solutions graphic card. The design of the latest Dell 3511 is highly similar to the previous Dell 3505. The laptop has a well-built sturdy chassis. The clean charcoal black color provides a sophisticated look to the device. The laptop is relatively light compared to the other laptops of the same size. The dimensions put this laptop in the wide dimension space. Dell has recently undertaken environmental sustainability efforts by using recycled plastic from post-consumer waste to build the body of the laptop. However, the amount of recycled plastic used is unclear. The entire packaging of the new Dell laptop is made completely from recycled paper. The keyboard of the Dell Inspiron 15 3000 model 3511 has proven to be very handy and comfortable. The keyboard has a dedicated number pad, rarely found in the lower price range. The keyboard is spill-resistant and doesn't put a lot of strain on the hands. The touchpad provided in the laptop is wide and easy to use. No buttons are provided on the touchpad. The chances of any accidental touches are reduced due to the huge space present on both sides of the touchpad. The laptop has an amazing 15.6 inches Full HD 1080 pixel screen. An important upgrade from 720 pixels to 1080 pixels was made by Dell in the new model of the Inspiron 15 3000 series. The laptop screen is incredibly well equipped at such a low price. The one downside would be the low brightness. The laptop provides a maximum brightness of 261 nits. While the screen has a great quality display, the images and videos turn out to be rather dull in bright light. The laptop speakers are provided underneath the device. The speakers test out to be loud and clear. Again, considering the low cost of the laptop, the speaker quality is excellent. However, it does not have a USB-C port. It does have an SD card slot, a USB 2.0 port, and an audio jack on the right. On the left, we have two USB 2.0 ports and an HDMI 4.1 port. The main attraction of the laptop has to be the software upgrade. With the presence of the Windows 11s software, the laptop poses tough competition to the Google or ASUS Chromebook. McAfee antivirus is pre-installed in the laptop. Windows 11s allows users to download applications only from the Microsoft. This could easily be remedied with a couple of changes in the application settings. Considering every aspect of the new laptop from Dell, it is clear that it has definitely proven to be the best budget-friendly laptop. From the amazing screen to the latest software, the Dell Inspiron 15 3000 series Model 351 has all the necessities and much more covered. This laptop receives a huge thumbs up from our side. You must consider this amazing laptop at the end of the video. We hope you found it useful. Do like, share, and subscribe to get more from us on top. Also, don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments section below.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brian and today we are taking a quick look at Lenovo Chromebook Flex 5. Just as in my previous ASUS laptop review, I will tell you what is this Chromebook actually good for, in which case you should buy it, and also we'll run through the specs real fast. So at first place, I must say that this Lenovo laptop is primarily positioned as a portable work machine with a bunch of creative features. There are different factors which point to that. Good battery life, about 8 to 9 hours working from a single charge, decent touchscreen, 13.3 inches and 1080p resolution, but it might actually be a little brighter. With 300 nits display brightness, sometimes you just can't see what you want on the open air when it's real sunny. But this screen is a US stylus compatible, so it's an equal exchange, I should say. The brightness for stylus. Without exaggeration, the most comfortable backlit keyboard I've ever used, and it's also spill resistant. Great bonus. 360 degrees flexible design which allows to use this thing as a tablet, and this is something insane, I swear. It boosts the productivity so hard because it's much easier to do some tasks with a touch screen, especially when it's in a tablet mode. Plus a good set of ports. You got 2 USB Type-C ports, USB Type-A, micro SD card slot which will definitely help you if you're a creator or just want to step up the memory game, and also there is a regular audio jack included. Now let's talk about the design of this machine. In my opinion, it is fantastic, especially for the price. This Chromebook is on sale on the Amazon at the moment, and clicking the link in the description box you can buy it for only $389 and you won't find more pleasant device to use in this budget anywhere in the world. The bottom is made of aluminum and pretty much all the other exterior parts are plastic. It feels fine though and deals with oils well. As you can see, there are no fingerprints on the surface at all. Very interesting design feature is about the 720p webcam. You can easily block its view by switching this little toggle. So yeah, if you're all about security and confidentiality, go for it. This little boy is waiting for you. The link is in the description. The touchpad is big and I like it, but the quality, well, it could be better. I'm a MacBook user, so I can say these touchpads are on absolutely different levels, but these laptops are different budgets as well. Speakers are on the front panel, and it's always nice when the sound goes directly to your ears and it's not muffled. They are not the best honestly, but they definitely do the job, and watching a movie, creating some atmosphere with the music, it's really a good thing to do with them. The overall look of this Chromebook is so unique, minimalistic and aesthetic. It's pretty edgy and I like it too. But what I don't like is this huge bezel below the screen. Damn, it's like 1.5 fingers thick. The keyboard and touchpad are not detachable, and this whole thing weighs only 1.3 kilograms and the thickness is 17 millimeters. It's so lightweight, and that's why it is amazing to carry it around. It looks fantastic, so when you carry this laptop in a hand, you're definitely the most stylish guy in the area. And when you keep it in your backpack, you don't even feel its weight. I absolutely love it. As I said before, this laptop packs a bunch of features which are very useful for people who work in the creative sphere. I'm talking first of all about the touch screen, which is stylus compatible, so you can easily draw on it, you can create logos, draw comics, do some serious graphic design thanks to the great CPU performance as well, edit photos more precisely, and so on. Secondly, flexible design boosts the ease of use of the laptop as well as the productivity. For example, it makes the drawing process much easier, your laptop takes up less space, becoming more compact. Also, it significantly loses in its height and doesn't block those gorgeous views at the beach or park. And thirdly, it packs an SD card slot. If you do photography, you can easily insert your camera SD card into this Chromebook and start editing your photos right away. Thanks to a good battery life, the laptop will last you for about 7 hours editing photos, and it is definitely a good news. Now, let's talk about the main specs of this machine. So this little boy packs an Intel 10th Gen i3 CPU, which is a dual-core processor with a base frequency of 2.1 GHz, 4 GB of RAM and 64 GB SSD. All this power is totally enough for this machine to operate effectively, especially when there is a Chrome OS on board. It just requires much less power to work well and smooth than the regular Windows 10. During my testing, I never had a thought of having more powerful CPU, and in our time when everything's happening online, 64 GB SSD is fine for all the purposes as well. Plus, you can upgrade it by using an SD card as a secondary storage device and keep there, for example, your photos and videos, maybe some other documents and so on. They also produced a more powerful model which is rocking the 8th Gen i5 processor, 8GB of RAM and 128 SSD. This model is also listed in the description box for you, so if you really care about the amount of storage, you might want to check this boy out as well. It costs $100 more and you get same Lenovo Chromebook 5 laptop except on the steroids. And lastly, talking about connectivity, it's equipped with the 6th Gen Wi-Fi and Bluetooth 5.0. Simply put, its connection is always stable and the speeds are exceedingly high. Alright, and now, who should buy this laptop and for what purposes? As I mentioned before, we have Chrome OS on board and maybe you've heard about it before. Maybe you know that it's very simple to use operating system, much more intuitive than Windows 10. Maybe you also know that it's one of the most secured systems in the world and that it's crazy fast and works smooth as well. It also has fantastic integration with Google services, primarily because it is made by Google and it was created specifically to work on the internet. That is why this laptop is ideal for people who make most of their work online. I'm talking about businessmen, students, teachers, freelancers, marketers, copywriters, journalists, analysts, and so on. If you work in a special niche which requires specific software to get the job done, there is a little concern. You cannot install Mac or Windows applications on a Chrome OS machine, and it means that you can't install Final Cut Pro or Adobe Photoshop, for example. You're gonna have to find analogs of these programs, ideally which may be run online or which you can find on a Google Play. Yes, Chrome OS supports each app you can find on a Google Play, and it gives you plenty of options to choose the best replacements for your usual software. For example, some of the best Photoshop analogs are Polar Photo Editor, Pixlr Editor, and my favorite, Canva. So yeah, there are definitely pros and cons in Chrome OS, but I like it so much, and as for me, it doesn't limit my workflow at all. Once again, it's secure, simple, clean, fresh, and minimalistic. Just like our today's main guest, Lenovo Chromebook Flex 5. So that is it for the video. I really hope it will be useful for you, and now you know for sure if this laptop will be a good option for your purposes, and if it's so, please consider buying it using the link below in the description box. It will support me dramatically and help to produce more videos like this at no additional cost for you. Thank you guys so much. Also, please support this video with a like, subscribe for more interesting videos, and see you in the next one. Peace.